Here's the snapback. Here's the kick. He's got the leg into it. If it is good, and it is! Austin Starr, a 49-yard field goal, and Indiana leads 27-24.
Oh, it's an end around one to throw. Page looking at the quarterback, and it's a touchdown! Page finds Leno!
Penix rolling out of the pocket to a strong hand. Delivers deep down the field. Caught, touchdown! Fried Fogel again.
Can't we just have one easy week? Welcome to the LEO podcast, where we promise to allow our kids to join us after high school just in time for us to bolt to another perennially overhyped football school podcast that hasn't been nationally relevant outside of that one time someone thought a ghost was a supermodel since we were in grade school. I'm your host, Michael Bragg. You can find me on Twitter at Bragley. That's Braggley. I'm here with my co-host, Brandon Dubich. You can find him on Twitter. It's Brandon Dubich. Brandon spelled traditionally Dubich, D-U-B-I-C-H. What's up, Brando?
Not much, just writing out Winter Storm Landon, which is pretty dang weak. As Seth and I know, this is not a winter storm. Anyone from the 219 knows this is soft. This is weak.
It's not even here yet, is the problem. So just wait for it. Just wait for it.
Oh yeah. Also, I'm leaving for South Bend too. Just kidding.
And reluctantly and half-assed joining us, as always, is producer Seth. You can block him on Twitter. Seth, you had a hell of a roller coaster of a week with us, huh? Did you enjoy bathing in our tears? Yeah.
I was going to say, I did a wellness check on you Tuesday. We were really worried. Glad to see you guys are doing well.
Are you?
I was never struggling. I can't wait to get into it. Like, I'm so excited to podcast about this because it's bananas.
I wrote something down today that I can't wait to bring up because it kind of ties into kind of the state of the program, or at least in the fans. Well, the fans' eyes, meaning probably the newer ones that hopped on in 2020 or 2019 or any of the other good years we've had previous to last year when we had 30 people injured. Either way, let's get into it. Updates real quick. Juwan Burgess entered the portal. Not surprising, right? I mean, I forgot that he was still here. And right. I mean that in like the most respectful way possible. Safety depth is,
we have 6 left on the roster with 2, like 1 coming in.
Yeah, so there's a lot of depth there. I think Maurice Freeman's going to be an impact player next year back there, whether it's there or at the Husky position. He's going to be a stud. And so
Sangetti is the breakout player.
Sangetti as well.
Right. Bryson Bonds has played a ton of snaps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about the safety position whatsoever.
And how has he impressed you? Has he impressed you with anything that he's done?
No, he's fine. Right. Yeah. I mean, he's fine. But I mean, if we're going to lose our minds over 2 recruits, then we can't lose our minds for losing a fine player.
Yeah. The one thing that sticks out to me with him was the big comeback at Minnesota. What was it? 3 years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, where we were down 31-7 or 31-3, whatever. Peyton Ramsey came back, tied us all the way up. And then Juwan Burgess missed an assignment.
Torched.
And got absolutely torched by Bateman. That's right. Okay. That's enough Burgess talk. Let's hop right in. I don't know what Seth's doing. He's celebrating a win over like the last place team in the Big Ten. News and stuff. Final signings are in, Brandon. We signed 2 people today. One we had already talked about, Brendan Sorsby.
What's his nickname? We give him the Sorbs.
Didn't we come up with it last year? Brenny?
Oh, I don't like Brenny.
I don't like Brenny either.
Sorbs is like a hockey nickname. I'm not sure I dig it.
I think Sorbsby is too close to Sorgy. So let's go with B Sorbs. That's fine. Or I'm trying to think what they would call him at Texas. I don't know. They probably thinks his name Brandon in Texas, to be honest with you. Brandon. Ain't nobody named Brendan. We talked about him last week. We can go back and you guys can go back and listen to him if you want. That's episode 73.
New favorite player though? Is it?
Well, that's what I wrote down. I said maybe my new favorite player. but he'll transfer before the start of the season if that's the case. So that's just what happens with my favorites. And the only reason I like him a lot is just based on some of the tape and that nobody really knows anything about him. So I'm not going to say he's obviously, I don't think he walks right in and starts, but who knows? Who knows? He could be the tie into relevant news going on nationally. He could be like our Tom Brady or something. Who knows? So
everyone is just waiting for their TB12.
That's right. The next guy we did sign that we have not talked at all about. I don't even think we talked about an official visit with him. Defensive lineman out of Louisiana, a 3-star prospect, 6'4", 280 pounds. Defensive lineman, and from what I've read and what I've seen, he's played both stand-up defensive end on the strong side and a defensive tackle position. So a good depth piece that could play either position depending on what he does in the weight room. Do you know much about Jamari Monette? I'm assuming that's how you say it. Or Monet. He is from Louisiana. So
I would definitely lean Monet. But he's a top 50 in the state of Louisiana. There's a lot of studs in Louisiana. He's got a mid-80s ranking on 247, which is
offer sheet, I think, too, right?
His offer sheet is insane. He has similar rankings to B-Sorbs. If you just want to look at that. I think he's a good addition in a position group that needs bodies. Nothing about his tape jumps off, but you hit it on the head. Look at the people who are coming after him. I think that speaks to a prospect more than anything, more than the rating, more than anything is who's going after these guys.
Yeah.
And if you're in the company that Jamari is with, you want to be within those.
Yeah. And Baylor, Mississippi State, Missouri, just to name a few. Texas also offered.
North Texas.
No, just Texas. So there you go. We got me caught off guard here. Final rankings. I went through and did them from all three of the major services, 24/7 Rivals and ESPN, which major is a big name for ESPN as far as a college recruiting database. We'll start with them. They have us ranked 23rd nationally, which is the lowest I've seen, and 5th in the Big Ten, which is what I wrote, clear anti-IU bias on ESPN's site. IU football
also,
bias.
ESPN hasn't been good since like 1998.
That's true. Boom. The Rivals has us the highest at 15th nationally, 4th in the Big Ten. And that ties in as well with 24/7, who has us as 4th in the Big Ten and 21st nationally. But I think Rivals has all of our commits ranked, correct? Do we have Brandon? Okay, Brandon Sorsby is ranked on 24/7.
He is. Yeah, he got an 85, which is not bad.
Yeah. So what do you think about those? Those are pretty consistent with what we've been at pretty much since the McCullough kid signed, since
holding
Sean
steady, which is like, guys, go back and look what we were in the early 2010s. Go back and look where we're at in the mid 2000s. Like, this is unprecedented. I hate that word, but like, how can anyone be negative when we are consensus top 25, consensus top 3rd in the conference? We've never been here. Like, people are up in arms, not renewing tickets, running CTA out of town, crushing position coaches, yet we're sitting here having history right in front of us. Like, if this doesn't speak to the state of the program, I don't know what does. Right? Like, this is so much more important than literally almost anything else. Yet people want to get mad about position coach. It's we'll get into it next, but this is so big. This is so big. I don't care which one you prescribe to or subscribe to. ESPN, Rivals, or 247, they're all phenomenal. They're all records for IU. We should be talking about this and not the other nonsense.
Yeah, well, here's the nonsense. DELAND McCUL-LEAVING moving on, which is, again, and I'll give you my perspective on this in just a minute. But he's moving on. It looks like he's going to Notre Dame. It's official now, correct? Is that
Yes.
Yeah. So going to Notre Dame, and it's kind of a step down, right? Just running backs coach.
He loses the associate
head coach. Okay. When it was rumored that he was gone, and I had read it over the weekend that he was going to interview. I mean, that's scary in itself, but I didn't really want to think of it. And then you dropped the bomb that it was actually going to happen. And then I wanted to jump off.
See, I didn't think it was a bomb. See, why? Why did you want to jump off a building?
I'll tell you. I said, I did write down in here, it was the worst day we've had as a football fan base in about a week. And so thankfully, but the scary part was where are his kids going to go? If he's leaving, they're coming here, I'm assuming pretty much because he was coaching here. Does that mean the kids are gone? Turns out no, which was the part that kind of pushed me back away from the edge there. Again, he's a running backs coach. It's important. He did recruit obviously his children as well as Jabron Payne. So where do we stand with that? Nobody knew until yesterday, Brandon. So tell me a little bit more. Tell me about what the rumors you heard about why he left.
First off,
what's going on?
First off, good for him.
Yeah.
We want position coaches to get promotions. That makes our program look better. We want Kane Womax. We want Kalen DeBowers. We want DELAND McCUL-LEAVING, right?
Mm-hmm.
That helps bring people here. Like I read about him going there, like good for him, right? Good for him coming because you know what? We had Mike Hart and then we had him. I'm pretty confident CTA is going to find a good running back coach.
Yeah.
DELAND McCullough got paid $500,000. That's the 5th highest of any running back coach, right? We're going to be able to go either poach someone or pull somebody pretty good because we have a great track record of running backs coaches. So like, I was completely shocked to hear you needed to be talked off the ledge. Apparently the entire Peegs message board had a complete meltdown.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand this.
It's all tied to the kids, Brandon. It has to be.
Okay. Let's say it's tied to the kids. You know how I envision his kids? They're the cherry on top. We got to 4 bowls in 6 seasons without players like that.
Yeah, true.
Right? Do we go to the next level with those players? Of course. Right? Do they potentially get us to compete, at least lay the groundwork for future recruits like them coming here? Of course. But we don't know what IU is like with these guys. We've literally never had them ever. They're 2 out of our top 3 recruits ever. Right?
Yeah.
CTA has won without them. I have confidence he will be able to win with players not like them. They're awesome, but in my mind, they're cherry on top. If we lost them, bummer. But we're talking about a linebacker and a safety. We're not talking about a quarterback.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
How many times does a safety touch a ball? Right now, a player like Deshaun, an edge rusher, we saw with, TJ Watt that, they can make differences in games. So, I think a player of his position is a little bit more important than his younger brother. But I mean, holy cow. I just thought it was nuts. I thought this was a good thing. And then apparently I was completely off base.
Yeah.
Seth, I want you to chime in on this. Because you have Mike acting one way, me acting another. Are you falling in the middle? Are you leaning one side or the other?
I think it's the bigger deal is the generational impact I think once you get over the fact that it's just him and not his kids, I think you're able to separate it and make kind of an unemotional appeal to it. So yeah, I guess I went through both sides of it because I thought, it could hurt recruiting, it could hurt what ultimately you guys are building towards, but it sounds like it's just the coach. And for the most part, a lot of those guys are interchangeable. So I think there's a lot more fear there that's been quelled lately.
Yeah,
for sure. All right. We want to get in for gossip. Are you in for gossip time?
Yeah, let's do it.
'Cause
This is all up your alley.
maybe
here,
I'm just
you
a
tell me.
sucker for. Maybe I'm just a sucker for it.
Mhm.
But like, I loved reading the message boards just to see people freak out.
I
Like,
didn't like
I love to live in the replies. I know when stuff like this happens, you run away.
Yeah.
You get off Twitter, you get off the message boards. Not me. Like, I love just the sheer entertainment out of it. So none of these are, guys, these are rumors. These are Twitter. This is message board. This is no one official saying this. But I'm going to report it anyway because hashtag not journalists. It's reported that DELAND McCullough said me or Hiller, and CTA chose Hiller. That's one prevailing rumor, was that CTA made the choice of Hiller over McCullough. Rumor number 2 is Walt Bell did not like him. Walt Bell and him did not get along, and CTA stood behind his new offensive coordinator.
A more important position.
To what DELAND McCullough was like, great, well, I'm gone. Rumor number 3. CTA did not consult DELAND McCullough on Walt Bell's hiring. DELAND McCullough felt like he went behind his back.
That's not his.
And he was unimportant in the system. And as associate head coach, he should have say in offensive coordinators. And DELAND McCullough was offended and left.
Can I ask you a question on that? I haven't heard that one. So I'm assuming you have a boss who has a boss at your job, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if your middle boss, so your boss gets fired.
Yep.
The guy above him, he should come to you to make sure that whoever he wants to hire is good enough for you. That's what you're saying. Because that makes a lot of sense.
What people are saying.
So tell me about what I'm assuming you have one more.
I have one more. And
this one's interesting right here.
This one is the most insane, but the one that got the most steam. Kansas City was going to fire him anyway, but allowed him to save face and leave. And he crawled back begging IU to take him back to where he never wanted to be in IU. And he was planning to leave at the first opportunity. That DELAND McCullough is just this shady dude who like went back, like his girlfriend broke up with him. He went back to his high school girlfriend, slept with her for a while, and then moved on to the next best thing.
Impregnated her with his kids and then left. You know what's funny though is that to me that one is the most believable because listen to me. So
that's
no.
insane.
So not to that extent to where he came crawling back and like begged for a job. Why would you leave the NFL? Why would you leave?
Just don't like it. I mean, it happens all the time. Like if Harbaugh, we're going to get into it. If Harbaugh was going to leave, Matt Rule supposedly wants to go back to college. Matt Rule hates it. Nick Saban
he's at
hated
the wrong
it.
team. Matt Rule, he's never going to win there.
But some coaches just don't like the NFL.
Maybe I guess maybe he wants to be around his kids, but then he moved his kids. He moved them from Kansas back to Bloomington.
Right.
So the Hiller thing doesn't make any sense. Hiller's he's very not good at his job. I mean, we've talked about that before.
Yes.
And we've heard the rumor, oh, well, Tom Allen's wife is best friends with his wife. That doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
That does not matter. The Walt Bell thing, maybe like just because maybe Walt and him didn't get along, I get it. But then if that's the case, then maybe you do look at the Kansas City thing. If you can't get along with somebody that's your boss, then what happened in Kansas City? Why did you win a Super Bowl, have a year where you went to a Super Bowl and then you leave? Like that doesn't make any sense.
They were unhappy with the run game. This is what Twitter. So this rumor was bigger on Twitter than it was the message board. That's probably why.
That's because they didn't want. Everybody hates Hiller on the message boards. That's why. And Bell has not even coached a second here. So.
Yeah. So the whole Kansas City thing was kind of alive in the Feldman tweet and a whole bunch, and some of the other parody IU accounts were running with this one.
Gotcha.
I think they're all insane. I think
they are crazy.
I think he wanted to be close to his kids, and then he came up with Marcus Freeman, and he got a promotion. I mean, I honestly think it's easy as that. Like, Seth unfortunately put it like kind of pulled cold water on it. Like, he's going from a 2-10 team to a team that just missed the playoffs. Like, that's an upgrade. Sorry, IU. Like, in the current state of programs, that's an upgrade, and that's good for IU. We want people getting promotions. I don't know. I think it's all. I could not believe there was this much hate spewing everywhere, and I gobbled it all up.
Well, here's my question. Mike Hart leaves for Michigan.
Yes,
and we didn't see this kind of backlash, right? You didn't see any of that. You didn't see anybody flipping out. Oh, why is he leaving? Is he leaving because of the offensive coordinator? Is he leaving because of he left right after DeBoer left?
Yeah.
Right. So he left after DeBoer left. And then was it strictly this has to be due to the kids? It has to be due to the recruits and nothing to do with the actual person leaving.
Which I think you hit the nail on the head is the people that were freaking out were the people that this is all they know.
Yeah.
Right. They didn't sit through when we were, 13th in the Big Ten, 12th in the Big Ten, 63rd nationally, right? Like all they know is us getting amazing dudes and amazing transfers. And it's like, God, I mean, I hate to be that guy that's like, if you weren't with us now, don't be with us, because, we'll take anyone with open arms.
Yeah.
#LEO. But yeah, you're absolutely right that I think the vitriol came from the new wave.
That's what I was. That's the other thing. Or is it because we were coming off a 2-10 season and nobody has any perspective, which makes sense. So everybody's mad because nobody understands. And I will hammer this point home. 18 starters out for the season or one of those, like something like 18 people that had started a game were out for the season last year. 30 overall players injured at some point during the season. You're not going to a bowl game. You're not sniffing anything resembling a decent season with that many people missing. It's not going to happen. And so immediately,
if
everybody's
you have
like,
those injuries, DeLand McCullough isn't bringing you to a bowl game.
You're right. And chances are, knock on wood, whatever, he would have been one of the 18. It's 18 out of 22 players at some point missed a football game. It's insane. And it had nothing to do with COVID. A couple of them had to do with COVID, but not that much. It wasn't like COVID hit this team hard last year. But that's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. People see 8-4 Gator or Outback Bowl, and then all of that stuff going down the line, and they see 2-10 and freak out, and they want the coach fired, and they want everybody gone. And you gotta have perspective on this kind of stuff.
Yes.
So the next point we have is IU football overall condition as we finalize the 2022 class. I kind of just got into it. I think we kind of just covered it all. I mean, honestly, unless you want to add anything else, I think they're fine. They're missing a running backs coach. If you can get a running backs coach in and convince, I think the one person you need to convince, well, I guess the 3 people are the McCullough kids that even though they don't play that position, and you need to convince the current running backs on the squad, as well as Jabron Payne, because McCullough recruited him directly. Now, you know what? Let's go back to McCullough for a second. This is another point that I've read either on a message board, which I try to avoid, or on Twitter. Why did Samson James leave? Why did Tim Baldwin leave? Why did these people leave the program? And why were we left with Stephen Carr and walk-ons? Did it have anything to do with the running backs coach? What do you think about that? Because he wasn't there when they were there. He didn't recruit them.
That dynamic is so interesting. It's the chicken or egg are the running backs bad because the offensive line is bad, or is the offensive line bad because the running backs don't make the offensive line good? It's tough to find out. I'm not gonna speculate on which way or the other, but you're right. It's not like the running backs tore it up. It's not like we we had this amazing rushing attack that now next year we're screwed, right? Like, I could see if that was the case. If Stephen Carr ran for 1,200 yards and was second team all Big Ten, and he turned a guy from, he was nothing in USC and transformed him at IU, maybe I would get the people going insane. But like, he didn't, and it's new dudes. So, the next coach will get a nice ball of clay to work with. And I'm excited to see how that turns out.
Do you have any prospects, anybody that's been thrown around as far? I was kind of happy that Harbaugh was leaving because maybe Mike Hart would be an option there. But.
Yeah. People have been joking about a running backs hot board, but like, honestly, I'm not going to get too into a running backs coach. Seriously.
Yeah. Gotcha. I mean, would you like to see somebody that used to play here?
Man.
The only reason I say that is because on a tweet, somebody had mentioned Antoine Randall as a possibility.
I saw that. That'd be awesome.
It would be incredible. But again, you'd have to pay him the same amount you were paying McCullough, or pretty close, and probably give him the same tag. Coming from the NFL, I think he's a wide receivers coach for the Bucs right now.
Lions.
Or was it the Lions? Oh, he moved from the Bucs to the Lions. Gotcha.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I'd want to get out of there as quick as I could. So maybe he will.
Biting kneecaps.
What's his name? Had a really good season though. What was it? St. Brown?
Amon.
Yeah. So who knows? Do you want to talk about the overall condition? Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yes.
Because his family is Egyptian heritage, and all of them have Egyptian names.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Did he go to Notre Dame too? His brother went to Notre Dame, correct?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
USC.
Oh, USC. Oh, wow.
Now, I'm just taking Seth's word for it. I don't know. He's a producer. He's supposed to get this information.
He's I don't know. Is your game over yet, Seth? It's over. Okay.
They won by a lot.
Oh, shoot. Oh, how do you know? Okay. Overall condition of IU football. You've gotten my case. I think we're fine. So what do you think?
We're more than fine. We got a 4-star transfer quarterback coming in. We have 2 4-star running backs coming in. We have Emery Simmons coming in. We have Omar Cooper coming in. Like,
Ron Payne coming in. Deshaun McCullough coming in.
I won't be as excited. I will have more tempered expectations this August than I had last August. But like, I can't remember the last time. Well, yeah, it was last August. But like, I'm almost just as excited. Like, I think our program is in fantastic shape. There's no one IU lost outside of Micah McFadden that I'm like, oh my God, how are we going to replace that? Now, those are pretty dang big shoes to fill, but like,
Hendershot, man,
I'm excited about our quarterback. I'm excited about our running back. I'm excited about some of our young guys on defense. I'm excited about to see who with this freshman class can make an impact. I think the state of the program is great. If you look at the players that actually play the game, if you want to get all tied up in the coaches, I got nothing for you.
Gotcha. Seth, what do you got? Oh, nope, you're on mute. You muted yourself. There you go.
One quick question.
Come on, act like this is episode 74, dude. Get the mute thing figured out.
The tight end with Hendershot leaving, and then also the Swedish meatball took off. Is depth going to be an issue there?
No, you've got 2 big tight ends coming in the freshman class. You've got
AJ
Barner. You've got
Barner season.
I want to say Steinfeld is still
Bloomington.
there. Yep. So the depth is there. It's young behind Barner. It's really young, but Barner stepped in this season and made some big plays. In the season before, he made some big catch. He had a little bit of a drop ski last year, but no big deal. We just got to get him in there in the spring and get him started, and they'll be fine. Tight end is how do I say this? Tight end is not a massive position. It hasn't really been a huge position for IU for a very long time.
And Walt Bell's offense used more H-backs than they used tight ends.
Yeah. So
a lot of motion H-backs.
Yeah. Speaking of a lot of motion, quick word from our sponsor, Monon Track Club. Monon Track Club is Indiana's running brand, built on a deep love for the sport in the Hoosier State. They craft products, tell stories, and create experiences that aim to celebrate, support, and add to Indiana's running culture. Check out the link in the show notes for more details on their club runs. Guys, I'm not even kidding you. They're still doing this. They just ran on Tuesday. So check it out. That was yesterday from the day we're recording. Check out their club run stuff. Check out their gear, their shirts, their hoodies, their koozies, all that stuff, hats, stickers. As a thank you to our listeners, they are offering 10% off your order. Use promo code LEO10, LEO10 at checkout. All right. Now on everybody's favorite part of the show.
No.
Okay.
I do have 4 randos, but there are 2 topics
He
non-IU
does want to
football
talk
related
about. I did
that
not
I want to
include
talk
these.
about.
A little surprise here.
I want to talk Harbaugh.
Oh God.
Because he was going. He was gone. He's Minnesota's guy. Chris Carter on Good Morning Football almost guaranteed Harbaugh was signing with the Vikings. Signing whatever, going to be the next coach.
Yeah.
He is now officially staying in the height. The Vikings are hiring the Rams offensive coordinator. But
which doesn't make any sense because he doesn't call the plays. So,
but as it pertains to IU in the Big Ten, this has got to be the worst. Like, this is worse than losing Harbaugh, right? Because this shows that he's open to interviewing. This looks that he isn't bought into Michigan. This has just got negative recruiting written all over it. Like, this is best case scenario for the Big Ten East, right, Bragg?
We talked about this yesterday. I think he's got a lot of momentum behind that program. I don't know. I don't believe in him, but I mean, look at that.
He's a clown.
He is a clown. PJ Fleck's a clown, but look at where he just took him for the first time ever. And we've been doing this for 12 years now. Or something like that, 10 or 12 years now, where we've been doing Big Ten championships, and Michigan hadn't even sniffed it.
He interviewed for another job on National Signing Day.
Yeah,
if
that's
that
not good.
Isn't momentum to negatively recruit,
that's true.
Yo, stud quarterback. Why would you want to go to this guy?
That's true, because he's just one step away.
What
was Michigan's response? I sent it to you guys. They were elated that he was back. Yeah. What was it?
That's even a bad look.
Elated,
like, company is happy they don't lose employee. Like, like what? Like, that's insane. Like,
forget.
I don't know.
One of my buddies put it like, let's see if I can find it real quick. His response was pretty good. We're so happy you interviewed with another team, but then came back. Like, that's exactly what they were saying in their tweet.
Yes.
Like, thank you for going out there and testing the waters and trying to get your salary up a little bit. Thank you for coming back. It's so cool you came back, because now we're going to have to match whatever they were going to offer you and extend your contract even more. Free khakis for everybody.
I think of one thing, Jim Harbaugh is petty, and I think he's still mad about the contract restructuring from last year.
Oh, yeah,
and I think
that's
this is all an attention-seeking ploy to get his name out there, to claw back every nickel and dime he gave up over the next 7 years, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And this is all just kiss my ring.
What ring?
Look at
me. I guess
me.
he does have a ring. Dang it. That's right.
We'll see how it plays out, but like, if I'm JJ McCarthy, I'm pissed. Like, if I'm a recruit, I'm pissed. I'd love to see JJ McCarthy I would love to see all these guys just mass exodus out of Ann Arbor. God, and I just wish nothing but bad things to the Harbaugh.
Harbaugh to all of them, really? Does that?
Well, not Joni.
Include Tom
Joni
Crean
seemed
too,
really
no?
nice.
No. Yeah, because if she gets hurt, then that hurts Crean.
So just John and this clown. John.
They haven't lost a lot to the transfer portal. I'm just looking at it right now. I mean, a handful of guys. And the last guy to leave was a safety on the 27th of January. So, yeah, I'm with you on that part of it. So, all right, what else you got?
Okay. Yeah, I'll move on. The next thing that I wanted to talk about, because I've been so not torn on the NIL isn't the right word. I'm happy for the NIL, but I've also just been saying how it just adds another unfair dynamic and creates more tiers than maybe already existed. Now, the person saying it, I think we all know, especially if you listen to this show that we make fun of quite often, but Lane Kiffin would like to see salary caps on NIL, and he would like to see it more heavily policed, and he would like to see a fair competitive balance as it pertains to the NIL. And he specifically called out Texas A&M. Jimbo Fisher today on National Signing Day was like, it's still really hard to recruit. And just because we're better at selling our NIL doesn't make it any less fair. Like, you can do the same things that we're doing. Stop complaining.
Yeah.
He actually used more expletive words, but Mike doesn't like when I use expletive words. So
well, you can use all of them except for the F that you throw around quite often.
Yeah.
It's a children's show, Brandon.
But interesting. What do you guys think about salary caps in the NIL? And do you think programs like IU can compete at the level of Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State? Because I'm assuming that's what Lane's talking about when he's talking about Ole Miss in comparison to LSU, Alabama, and Texas A&M.
Can they compete at the same level? I still think winning is everything. I still think if you see IU turn around and have another 8-5 year, another or 8-4 year, a 9-3 year, go to a big bowl, something like, you're going to see that. And kids want to see these teams, like these teams, these up and coming teams. I mean, look at North Carolina. North Carolina's recruiting out of their butt because they have some old grandpa coach that can somehow still pull these kids in. I don't understand how that's working. And they were so bad last year because they lost NFL talent running backs and they had nothing to back it up, but they continue to recruit well.
Sam Howell stinks.
And Sam Howell was terrible. But then you look at other teams, like Nebraska should have all of the money in the entire state of Nebraska to throw at recruits, and they are terrible at recruiting, right? Yeah. There's nothing
some deep
else.
Pockets in Nebraska for sure.
That's what I mean. Yeah, there's nothing else for anybody else to put their money into in Nebraska. So they're like, hey, I like Nebraska football. So they're going to give everybody, that was really Texas accent, but they're going to give everybody that wants to go to Nebraska, hey, do you want to be part of Tom Larry's Ford? We'll give you a bunch of money in a car. And it's like, there you go. But then like, what's IU going to do? We got Cuban. We got a lot of good, big donors, but it's like.
Archie knows about our donors.
That's true. But it's like, can we compete with Alabama and give a quarterback? Is somebody going to give a quarterback $1 million? Maybe if there's a stud quarterback that's seriously considering IU as a thing, maybe Tom Allen or somebody figures out like, hey, can you give this guy $1 million if he comes here?
Say Rex Grossman, the next Rex Grossman is there in Bloomington, right? Does Ken Nunn throw $1 million to get 5-star Rex Grossman to go to IU?
Gunnar Keel. Yeah. I don't know. So the only thing I keep thinking of is like, you look at somebody like Dominic James, freshman. He's already got NIL deals going on. You look at his Instagram, it's all over his story. Look at Noah Pierre. He's got his own clothing line now. Like, these kids will get NIL deals no matter where they go. And you're going to a Big Ten school where you're on TV every single week. Every week. What do we play? What do we have probably scheduled going into the year? Maybe one Big Ten network game. That's it. Everything else would have been FS1, Fox, or ESPN. So you're on national TV every single week, like playing against the top talent in the country. You should be able to recruit kids no matter where you go. But
so you think Lane is full of crap and you're on the Jimbo Fisher side?
I'm not on the Jimbo, but that's where the butt was coming in. I do believe in a salary cap to help level out, because you're going to have, I guess, who's going to the national championship game next year?
Mm-hmm.
Alabama,
Ohio State, Georgia.
Like, those three are going to be in the national championship conversation every single year because they can recruit over and over and over again because they have a giant pool of money now. You know what I mean? Like, LSU has got a lot of money. Look at how much money they just threw at Brian Kelly, but look how bad they were last year. So I don't know. I think a salary cap would be good for the sport. If not, it's going to turn into the Premier League, and you're going to have 5 or 6 top teams, and then you're going to have everybody else trying to fight behind them. And then you're going to eventually get IU to be the Leicester City 1 year, 1 out of 5,000 chance to win the whole thing, and then they'll win it. Seth wants to talk.
No, you can't. I'm just never going to be mad at somebody for chasing money. I mean, all these kids should get as much money as they can possibly find somebody to give them. I'm never going to complain about that. I don't care about a limit on it. I mean, these kids get 4 or 5 years to chase their dream, maybe an extra 3 or 4 if they're pro level. Dude, get every dime you can earn. Go for it.
What if
but shouldn't that money be evenly dispersed throughout? That's what Michael's saying. That's what if Alabama's already spent their $100 million or whatever it is, $50 million, then maybe they can go to Mississippi State, or maybe they can go to Vanderbilt, or maybe they can go to, South Carolina.
So are they going to the schools to make money, or are they going to, because you're not going to make enough money to make your family comfortable by going to college?
I think
it's not going to happen.
Disagree with that. But
well,
I get your point.
Think about what I'm saying.
99.9% of the kids, you're right.
So are you going to college to get an NIL deal, or are you going to college to get on the field, play in front of scouts, in front of millions of people, and make it to the NFL, where you can have your dreams come true, where you will make multi-million dollars a year? And or is your best case to sit on the bench, have 1 year of $1 million contract, and then when they find out you're no good or you're never going to play, they take that away from you, and you're sitting on the bench for 4 years? That's also where the transfer portal comes in.
Yes,
which has been huge for us, out and in. So that could also play a factor in it, but it's going to be really hard for like what Seth's saying. But I do think at the same time, and I'll stop blabbering about this, is if you have a giant pot of money, an unending source of financial resources, and you're down this 5-star quarterback that you don't even really like you've watched him enough to be like, this dude's not really that good. Like, I don't really see him playing for us, but he's got LSU between us and LSU. And you can be like, here, dude, here's another $1 million. You can just come here and sit on our bench. Sorry, we'll give you $1 million a year just to come here and sit on the bench. And you're like, $4 million is pretty nice. You know what I mean? Like, that's the stuff you have to try to keep from happening, is where you've got that competitive advantage just based off of money and not actually recruiting like everybody else is. There you go.
Yep. No, I'm on your side, Michael. I don't think it ever happens. I mean, because honestly, the NCAA is never going to make life harder on the Ohio State, Alabama, USCs of the world. They're never going to care about the Purdues, the Indianas, the Vanderbilts, the South Carolinas. So what we want is never going to happen ever. But I'm at least you and I are on the same page. Producer Seth doesn't need to be.
I do think that you're not going to continue to see the same 4 teams every year. I do think that is the truth. I do think that you've got Saban, who's he's actually way older than what he looks. He's into his 70s at this point. He's not going to be there forever. I remember when Alabama wasn't Alabama.
Oh, they were bad.
Without him, they weren't what they are now. Georgia's had some down years. Ohio State's never mind. Clemson was trash, dude. Clemson was not a good football school. They were maybe a bowl team. And then Dabo comes in and they turn everything around and have a couple good seasons, and look at them now. Now they're a decent powerhouse without an offense, but they're still really good. That's all it takes. If you can put together a consistent 5 to 7 years of winning, then you can build your recruiting base. Like, I'm not saying like what we are, but similar to like you can string together classes like that over and over and over again, you're going to consistently win just based off of talent and coaching. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to have 4 or 5 stars every single year to compete. Look at Cincinnati. So I don't know. I'd be happy with what Cincinnati did this year. Just to get there would have been incredible. So, all right, let's move on. Let's get to Brando's Randos.
I got one fun one and then 2 serious ones.
I thought you said you had 4.
First? Yeah, I actually had more, but we're running long, so I'm going to cut some of the other
All right,
ones.
let's do the 2 serious ones and then the fun one at the end.
Okay. Both of you can only give 1-word answers. Okay? And then we can talk about it.
Okay.
Seth, do you trust Tom Allen?
Yes.
Michael, do you trust Tom Allen?
Yes.
Okay. right? So like my point behind the question here is, we still trust him. Can he be criticized? Of course, right? Can he do better? Yes. But we still have trust in the program. That trumps everything, in my opinion. Am I wrong, Michael, with that statement?
Yeah. Are you wrong with the statement? No.
You agree with me. You agree
Yes.
with me. Next question. Do you think people really want Tom Allen fired, Michael?
Do I think people really want Tom Allen fired? Yes. Does he deserve to be fired? No, he doesn't. He's had one bad year. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've had one bad year after taking the team to a potential, had Mike Penix not been injured, a New Year's Six bowl. And then you went to the Gator Bowl the year before. I mean, how big was that bowl for us?
Amazing.
Just that 1 year is huge. And now everybody wants him out because of one bad year, because of a ton of injuries. I get it. I get the Sheridan thing. I get the McCullough thing now. I get maybe the Hiller thing. I get all of that stuff. I understand why they would be upset with that kind of stuff, but you can't judge him off of last year. You just can't. You have to look at the overall state of the program, which we've talked about 100 times already tonight. And it's in phenomenal shape at this point. So yeah, there you go.
Perfect. All right. That's all I got on the serious front. Just like, because I just think it's insane, right? Like, I hope most of the fan base still trusts Tom Allen. I hope most of the fan base doesn't want CTA fired. I think they're just both insane questions, and I cannot entertain any other answers than the answers you guys gave for those. Cool.
All right. What's the funny
move to
one?
The fun question.
Yeah.
When we're in Winter Storm Landon. Seth, who do you think of when you hear the name Landon?
Landon Donovan, the soccer player, and then my nephew has a friend named Landon, who's a golfer diver type.
What's that mean?
Just that he golfs and he dove in high school. Like, those were his sports.
I mean, I golf, but I don't dive.
Like, competitively. Yeah.
I don't dive at all. I can't dive. There you go.
I love diving. My dad was a collegiate diver.
Wow. That's a fun fact. Nobody knew that.
That no one cares about. All right, Michael, who do you think of when you hear Landon? There's got to be an easy answer, right?
Landon Donovan. Landon Jones is another one that I think of. Former Oklahoma quarterback.
That was Landry.
Was it? No, I thought it was. Oh, it wasn't Landry Jones, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think of babies. That's it. I don't know. I feel like I know a baby
Landon Turner, NCAA champion.
Landon Turner. That's so right. Dang it. That's so right.
All right. I obviously I knew that. I went into this question knowing that. Landon's such a weird name. You're right. Like, it's like the trendy baby name right now. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's terrible. If your baby's named Landon, change it. That's all I got.
Why is he looking at me like that? Tell your boy to stop looking at me. All right, Seth, what do you got in your sack, man?
Did you hate it because it rhymes with Brandon too?
I never put that together, but no, like, it just seems like one of those like hipster. I bet like Landon's really popular in like Portland.
Yeah. I imagine a lot of blonde curls.
Let me look up Landon baby name rank. Let's see where this is.
While you do that, I'll empty out my sack here.
68th, by the way. 68th. Yep.
But in Portland, it's 3.
Let's see where Brandon's at. Brandon is 166th.
As it should be.
Michael.
All right.
12th.
Oh.
And then
like 700.
Seth.
Not right.
It reached as high as number
Brandon
60,
Sorby's level.
63 in 2000. That was it. There you go.
What? Okay. All right. Last week we talked about conference alignment changes, things like that, scheduling changes. One of the other things that gets bandied about this time of year is rule changes. I thought of a couple that I'd like to suggest, but I want to hear from you guys. So I hate OT. I'd love to see a game have to win on a touchdown if possible. I don't know. I want pass interferences to be a spot call foul. And I'd like to see a 2-minute warning added to college football.
So I'm pretty no, they didn't yet, did they? I would like a 2-minute warning added. I would like the pass interference call. Have you seen that they're going to investigate fake injuries? That's going to be a new call next year.
It'll be one of those emphasized things that's dead by week 7.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because that's going to be so hard to track. I mean, you can't tell somebody when somebody is faking a cramp. Do you know what I mean?
Remember when like Tom Allen, the player, was like actually super hurt and he was getting booed?
Yeah.
By Nebraska. That was horrible.
That makes sense.
But yeah, so the 2-minute warning would be fantastic. I mean, not just have it at the end of the fourth quarter, have it at the 2-minute, like have it in both halves, like they have it.
The exact same as NFL.
Yeah.
I love the NFL overtime rules.
What?
I do. I love them a lot.
That is no, both teams have to touch the ball.
No.
Both teams got to touch the ball.
I thought we were trying to change what the college was.
Correct.
No, I don't want to change what the college is. I was going to say that I like the over. If we had to change it, I would like to change it to what the NFL's done.
But then they go to 2-point conversions. Like, that's so stupid.
What? Are you talking about the college one?
Yeah, I don't want that.
Have you seen it?
It's amazing. Yeah, you're insane. The college version's so much better.
If you see it in person, you'll be like, okay, I get it.
All right. Let me get into my other one here.
And then, yes, I'm with you on the spot foul for pass interference. I mean, you see teams like Michigan State, they do it a lot where they're just like, I'm not going to give up a touchdown. I'm going to give up 15 yards. And it's just so brutal. Like teams are starting to use it as a strategy, right? Like I forget what bowl game I was watching and they were like, literally, this is how dumb some broadcasts are. They were just like, most penalized pass interference team. Then they also showed us that like haven't allowed a 50-yard touchdown. It was like, well, duh, right? So, it's they got to move it to spot foul.
All right, my other one is another carryover from last week going to the IU Purdue game. One of the things I'm always reminded of is IU doesn't have a mascot. Are you guys missing out on not having a mascot? And if there was a mascot, what would it be?
Oh man, on the day the Commanders came out, I'm super happy we don't have a mascot. Mascots very rarely are cool. They're mostly criticized or made fun of. So I'm perfectly cool with having no mascot.
Did the Steelers have a mascot?
We had cheerleaders briefly in the 70s, and that got nixed. And then we had Steely McBeam in the late 80s, and that was absolutely
I think I remember the way that this looks like. Yeah.
It's horrible. Google Steely McBeam, and it didn't last more than a season or two.
So you guys don't have cheerleaders anymore?
No, Steelers have no cheerleaders, no mascots.
Oh my God, Steely McBeam is terrifying,
dude. It's bad.
It's like the Iowa Hawkeye had sex with Purdue Pete. That's what it looks like. I'm dead serious. You guys need to Google this whenever you see it.
Steely McBeam.
That's terrifying. I love Blue. I'm just going to throw that out there. I love the Colts mascot Blue because he knows he's a mascot. He's not trying to be like a serious Colts mascot. He's just a fat blue horse that like gyrates around a lot and like knocks kids over. I go back to the Pro Bowl. Was it the Pro Bowl thing where he just blasted some kid, like just straight ran him over or just truck sticked him? I can't remember which one it was. It was great. If you guys haven't seen that, Google that as well. Blue truck sticks kid, and it's fantastic. Do I want IU to have a mascot? I mean, I'm impartial. And if they did, it would have to be the Bison, right? But the Bison, it would have to be a football only thing because the basketball team's not really tied in with the Bison. Because what else are you going to do? Are you going to do that weird, what was it? Not Herbie. That's Nebraska. There was something Hoosier, like Harry Hoosier or something like that. Was like dressed up in like candy stripe overalls and like had some weird big head. It was real weird looking. I'll see if I can find it. Go ahead. That's it. Well, I'm trying to Google that.
Let me think of another rule in college. Can they at least clear up the clock situation? I have no idea when the clock stops or starts or when it runs. Like it's defined in the NFL. In college, it's like, why is the clock running? Why is the clock stopped? I have no idea. And then another thing, I don't get is why do you only have to get 1 foot in bounds when the NFL is 2 feet in bounds? Like, you got a bunch of kids practicing to get 1 foot in college, and then they have to change to 2 feet. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
That's what I want to go back to. The bison.
Please no.
Please look at that.
Please keep the bison retired. That poor woman.
Just go to @HoosierBison on Twitter. One word, @HoosierBison, and you'll see the picture that we're looking at right now, and it's fantastic. I'm 100% in on that. And we're 100% done with the podcast, actually. So let's do the outro stuff. Be sure to check us out on Twitter. It's @PodcastLEO. Be sure to download, follow, rate, review on all of our platforms. Tell all of your friends. Tell them to do the same. Tell us how bad we stink. But make sure you give us a 5-star review when you do it. We will talk to you guys next week when we throw together something at the very last minute again. I think this time we had an outline via the group chat. So fantastic. We take it very seriously every week, and we make sure we're fully prepared before we hop on the mic. Content. Well, we don't want any content next week. We want to have to pull something together out of nothing. No more coaches leaving. Maybe we'll have a running backs coach. Until then, we love you guys. Elio.
Awesome day. Elio.
Thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate that. Elio.
All right, great. Elio. Appreciate you guys. Elio.
You're welcome, Dave. Have a great day. Elio.
Have a great day. Elio. Appreciate you being here with us. Have an awesome day. And Elio.
Oh, thank you so much. Elio.
Well, thanks so much, Elio. Hey, thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate that. Elio. Appreciate you guys, man. Have an awesome day. Elio. Awesome. Elio.